An important hearing took place today in Mumbai's Session Court, where a special CBI court has acquitted all the 9 accused in the 2006 double murder case of senior Congress leader Pawan Raje Nimbalkar and his driver Samad Kazi, citing lack of evidence. Among those acquitted is former NCP leader Padam Singh Patil, who had been named by the CBI as the key accused in the alleged conspiracy. The verdict brings to a close a legal battle that spanned nearly 2 decades and was regarded as one of the Maharashtra's most high-profile political murder cases. What is this case about and what took place in the court today is something we'll try to understand in today's video. The case dates back to June 3, 2006, when Pawan Raje Nimbalkar and his driver Samad Kazi were traveling from Mumbai to Dharashiv. According to investigators, armed assailants intercepted their vehicle near Kalamboli in Navi Mumbai and opened fire, in which both Nimbalkar and Kazi were killed in the attack. At the time of his death, Nimbalkar was a sitting MLA and a prominent political figure who had held several important positions in the state government over the years. The CBI alleged that the murder was part of a larger conspiracy and described it as a contract killing. Officials claimed that around Rs 30 lakh was allegedly arranged to eliminate Nimbalkar due to political and business rivalries. Former MP Padam Singh Patil was named as the main accused in the case, along with several others, including a businessman, a retired excise official, and alleged shooters. The initial investigation was carried out by the Navi Mumbai police. However, concerns raised by Nimbalkar's family regarding the progress of the probe led to legal intervention. Following a petition, the Bombay High Court transferred the investigation to the Central Bureau of Investigation. Padam Singh Patil was arrested in 2009 and later granted bail the same year. The trial formally began in July 2011 and continued for over a decade. The prosecution presented a massive body of evidence during the proceedings. A total of 128 witnesses were examined over the course of the trial. The case became one of the longest running and most high profile political murder trials in Maharashtra, drawing attention from both legal observers and political circles. The court pointed to multiple flaws in the CBI investigation, including unreliable witnesses, missing mobile phone records, and inconsistent statements. After Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis and Deputy Chief Minister Eknath Shinde requested Union Home Minister Amit Shah to look into it, the CBI is slated to challenge this verdict in the Bombay High Court. Today, while delivering the verdict, the court stated that the prosecution failed to establish the guilt of the accused beyond a reasonable doubt. One of the primary reasons for the acquittal was the unreliability of a key witness. He was an accused in the case who later turned into an approver. The court noted that this approver had a history of lying. The judge observed that the witness owned several properties and had substantial assets, making it implausible that he would commit such a crime for a sum of 50,000 rupees. The court stated that the witness's version of events could not be trusted. The investigation also suffered from significant procedural lapses. The court highlighted that the police did not seize the mobile phones of the accused or obtain their call detail records. The judge stated that the CDRs could have clarified whether the accused were in contact with each other. The absence of these records was termed a major flaw. The approver's account of his movements on the day of the murder changed multiple times. In his statements, he provided 4 different versions of his travel route. The court noted these contradictions and stated that his testimony could not be considered reliable due to these frequent changes. There were also discrepancies regarding the vehicle used in the crime. The car was completely burnt, but the seizure report mentioned its color as green. The court questioned how the color could be determined from a burnt vehicle. Furthermore, there were differing accounts about whether the vehicle was found. One witness said it was near a small house, another near a bungalow, while police records showed it was found in an open plot. The court said these inconsistencies made the investigation suspect. Another claim made by the witness involved a former police commissioner. The witness stated he had met Rakesh Maria and given him a bottle of scotch. However, the court noted that Maria had denied this claim and the CBI had not investigated the matter further. The court also pointed out that the CBI had included a letter in the charge sheet that Nimbalkar had written to the district collector in 2003. In the letter, Nimbalkar expressed concern for his safety from Padam Singh Patil. The court stated that the CBI failed to investigate the origin and circumstances of this letter. The judge remarked that this letter should have been a cause for concern for the authorities. The court acknowledged a political rivalry between Nimbalkar and Padam Singh Patil following the 2002 assembly elections. However, the judge stated that political animosity alone is not enough to convict a person. The court emphasized the need for concrete evidence. The family of Pawan Raje Nimbalkar expressed shock at the verdict. Om Raje Nimbalkar, the son of the deceased and a current MP, said the judgment was unfortunate and surprising. He stated his intention to challenge the verdict in the High Court and, if necessary, in the Supreme Court. Now, what developments further take place in this case is something we'll have to wait and watch. With video journalist Aditya Jadhav, this is Darren Miranda for Lokmat Times, Mumbai.